You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little. Get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house or in your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Hood Table one more again. It's your girl, the Hood Table. Straight out of the O, okay? It's colder than a mother, yeah, okay? It's colder than a mother. It's colder than a polar bear's belly. Tummy, foot, ear, nose, toenails. Child, it's cold as all get out over here. And y'all know, like I told y'all the other day, my baby is coming over. He'll be here in about an hour. I told them make sure he's bundled the hell up, looking like a little snowman or Eskimo. But so I don't have that long to give, but I just wanted to dip in and dip out real quick with my little commentary on the commentary, okay? But what's up, Tay baby? Hey, what's up? What's going on? Hey, Miss Jackie, how are you? You said you're supposed to get snow tomorrow. We got some flurries, but when I tell you the wind, I mean, you talking about getting up every second looking out my window because it's shit flying all hitting my window and shit. I was like really like paranoid yesterday and this morning when I was walking through the house making me coffee before I started my work day. But yeah, I was like, child, about to go get the hammer. Oh, y'all should have seen me the other day. What up, Riggs? How you doing, boo? Y'all should have seen me the other day. I swear to God, I have a Samsung refrigerator. And that bitch, when it be making ice, I can hear it all through the fucking house. And I don't have a small house. It's about 1,800 square feet. That may be small to some of y'all who got them mansions, but it's not a small house. But when that ice drop in that thing, I swear my ears perk up and I'm like, what the fuck was that? What the fuck? And it still does that to me. I've been here for like 4 years now. And the first time I heard it in the middle of the night, I grabbed my pistol and was walking through the house. Like, what the fuck? My son, like, what the fuck is you doing? I'm like, don't you hear that, nigga? It's coming from the basement. Don't you hear that? We walking in the kitchen. He got a bat and shit. And as soon as we got to the refrigerator before we went down the basement, clunk, 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 clunk. I looked at him. He looked at me. We pulled out the bottom of the child. But it still gets me to this day when I hear it just out of the blue, if it's silent or something, and I hear that noise, I'm like, what the fuck was that? Oh, it's the ice place. You said the verticals are better, but I like this version better. I actually go live on both of them because, you know, StreamYard offers it, and, you know, YouTube will pay you for both if you monetize, and, you know, they say you get more views on the vertical. So, you know, me personally, when I'm watching y'all, I prefer to watch the regular because I like to type, you know, in the chat if I have time, you know, to drop down, and it's a lot easier to see. And, you know, I'm old with glasses and shit. So, you know, but anyway, let me get to this because I only got a little bit of time. How they say down south where my family from in the Mississippi, in the Tennessee, I only got a spell. Okay. I can only be here for a spell. But yeah, so hopefully you guys won't get too much snow up there because we were supposed to get some and it just ended up flurrying, but the wind was super busy. You said I remember when them big blocks of ice used to fall in the winter, one came down. Ooh. Damn. That reminded me of my homegirl. She was coming out of a store this past it's still winter, but a couple of months ago, and an icicle came down and hit her on the head. And she like had her son go in the store and tell the manager. They came out, picked up the icicle, and walked back in the house, said, sorry about that. And she was like, I had a slight concussion. She said I literally had to go to the doctor the next day. And I'm like, well, you should have went back and sued their ass. You were on their property. Shit. I would have took that icicle and put that shit in some ice. Grab some ice from the stove. Hell, you was at the liquor store. They got ice bags. I would have put that shit in there and kept it as evidence. Shit, evidence number one. But exhibit number one. But anyway, okay, so I've been watching. Oh, I love me some J Dunn. Y'all know I love me some J Dunn. Y'all know when J Dunn used to be on here, I was one of the only panels that she could hit. One of the only. Now it was others. One of the only. J Dunn been banned off of so many goddamn panels. I was over there on KRN's the other day, and you know KRN do a thing where like certain people. The crew or whoever gets to select like a certain people, 3 people to ban from the panels and the call-ins or something. So Jay been banned for the grip, and so she's finally allowed. Man, she had me cracking up when he had to call in over there. And, you know, she used her little bitty girly schoolgirl voice or whatever. She's like, and everybody knows her. Everybody knows her. But I'm so glad she's back doing commentary and everything. So I was watching Jay Dunn. Hey sis, hey boo, how you doing, sugar? But I was watching J Dunn, and I watched Olivia and somebody else. I can't remember off the top of my head. But while I was working this morning, I got a little bit more commentary into my system. And so, oh yeah, please like and share the video like Sis Lo said. Hey, juicy fruit. Hey, what's up? Good morning. But I was watching J Dunn live, and I guess Ness and Jay Wilson got into it. I think they said it was on Lemon's panel, and they said JW allegedly said some not so kind things, some really fucked up things about Ness's son and Ness when they was going back and forth. But I didn't watch it. I wasn't there, so I don't know what was going on. And then somebody else was saying that somebody said it wasn't Jay Wilson who said the shit about Ness son. And mind you, I don't know what was said. Then somebody said the video allegedly been taken down. So I don't know if if Lemon took the video down or if he took it down to edit the version out, because I heard from somebody else that they said Ness asked him to delete the video or remove that from the video. I don't know. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Fill me in because I wasn't there. I'm just going by hearsay. You know, we can't watch their goddamn body. But you said you catching all my people's lives. Hey, that's what's up. Y'all know I said at the beginning of the year, I'm going to start trying to do my best to come live more often like I used to. So I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. But it's a sacrifice sometimes, especially when you got to watch so many people, and especially when most of the shit is not really entertaining. So you got to pick and choose what you want to discuss. But anyway, they were saying that what Jay Wilson said was something Pisa had said. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is what I heard. They said that Jay Wilson was repeating something that Pisa had said. And so somebody had sent RMY, hit her in the back chat and told her to check the timestamp or check something, listen to it to hear, you know, what really happened. And so RMY, because RMY and MP was talking about it on his panel. And she was like, well, even if somebody else did say it, even if that was, in fact, the fact, he shouldn't have, you know, repeated it. And so they were like, well, shit, a lot of us repeat the child. How much shit we hear on this motherfucker, and we repeat the shit as it was said, word for motherfucking word. So there are people, I hear what that person was saying. Well, a lot of people repeat shit on here that's fucked up the first time, and it's fucked up the second and the third and the 10th time. We've been in this sector for how many years, and we keep hearing the same old fucked up shit over and over again, right? But then RMY said, but somebody of his stature, somebody of his, you know, I'm so sick of hearing that when it comes. I'm so sick of hearing that. She was like, well, what the type of person that he is, you know, a man of his stature. Do we know JW or do we know JW? Can y'all stop saying a man of his stature? Like JW, just like everybody else in this motherfucker. He really like a lot of y'all in this motherfucker who are all about that money and that coin. I mean, he's just like anybody else. Yeah, he go to church. Yeah, he play the piano at church. Yeah, he can even sing a song here or there at church. But a man of his stature, we gonna have to throw that out in 2026, nigga. We gonna have to throw that out. I'm sick of hearing that shit. A man of his stature. This nigga been on this app for almost a decade now. Almost in a decade in this sector. So it always behooves me when I hear somebody say a man of his stature and Jay Wilson in the same sentence. And this is no shade, no tea. But we see church folks everywhere. Somebody sent me a video the other day of this pastor cussing his wife clean the slap fuck out. See, that's why a lot of us don't even go to church anymore. He was cussing his wife clean, smooth, the slap fuck out. Okay? And she's sitting there, but, you listen to me. You do what I say. Child, ain't no way in hell. That's why I could never be a first lady or none of that bullshit. Because your motherfucking ass, they will have you slayed out. You know how pastors be having people slayed out in church? I would have his ass slayed out on the pulpit where everybody could see. Shit, you don't talk to me like that. Shit, up in church, talking to me like that in the church basement or where the fuck they was. I was like, nigga, you got me fucked up. Ain't no way in hell. We gonna be cussing each other out, if anything. But anywho, we see church folks everywhere, on and off social media, who act like they ain't never been to church a day in their life. Turning up on a Friday, clubbing on a Saturday, and on their knees at church on a Sunday, asking for their weekly dose of forgiveness and grace from the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Because a lot of them, a lot of them heathens need the whole Trinity. They need the whole Trinity, the whole faith, okay? Man, if y'all don't stop that, JW on here for his coins keep him there. He done been telling us this shit for years. Just ordinary people, they the worst ones. Man, I grew up in church, Pentecostal. The things that I've seen. I told y'all the story when I was a little girl, and I went down to the basement of the first church I ever went to, a big-ass, beautiful Pentecostal church. And I went down to the basement one time to use the bathroom downstairs because you couldn't walk through the main part of the church to go to the bathrooms upstairs unless you were going to Sunday school. That's the area for Sunday school. So I had to go the opposite way out the back of the church and down to the basement. And there was a man down there, one of my very, 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 very good friends in church. Her brother down there jacking off in the corner and trying to get me to come in the corner. That's just one situation. One situation out of many that happened to me. I got friends who were the R word in the basement of the church by other people who happen to be the son of the pastor of the church. I could tell y'all so many stories about growing up in church. I don't look at them motherfuckers like they anything special. What? Shit, you got me fucked up. I don't look at them like that at all. He is on here for his money, for his coins. He used to be on here preaching or talking about God and shit. You know, and now he's doing what everybody else do, cutting up in the B sector, which has been very prosperous for him. So, you know, in the words of Mother, get money, bitch. Get money, bitch. I don't know why people still be talking about him getting money either, because he don't put no you know what to their head and make people get him money. They throw money at him just like they do in the churches. They throw money at them pastors and they can be at home about to get their lights off and their car repo, but they continually throw money at the damn pulpit. So anyway. That's on that. Make sure y'all like and share the video, please, and thank you. What up, Mary Carey? Hey, honey, you had a great live this morning. I'm waiting to hear back to see. I think you did say that you were going to have the games in the evening now, and you'll see how that go. And if it doesn't go well, you'll go back to the mornings when I'll still be asleep. But it's okay. It's okay. Like I told you in your chat, whatever time you choose, your supporters are still going to be there. Trust and believe. Okay, but yeah, so moving right along, because again, my baby gonna be here by 4:30, so I don't have too much time left. But the next thing I want to say is I totally got what JD was saying about people not respecting Ness as a mom. A lot of people have never respected her as a mom. I don't talk about kids. I don't talk about dead people. I don't talk about parents. I didn't grow up doing that shit. You know, unless it's like, you know, the dozens. You know, everybody did the dozens. Your mama stink. Your mama this. Your mama so fat. Your mama so skinny. Your mama so dumb. Your mama so, you know, little kitty ass shit. But as a grown adult, I never practiced that type of behavior. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. But, it's the beef sector. Who ain't no, we can't judge people. It's the beef sector. It's all about the beef. And it's all about who can do the lowest blow, who can take it down to the dirt. You know what I'm saying? So, we should be used to that. But I get what Jay was saying about J Dunn, about, a lot of people don't respect her as a mom. And they probably will, some people probably never will. I know people personally who are deadbeat parents, guys, some girls, some ladies, and I don't respect them as a parent. I sure don't. I definitely don't respect men as a parent who leave their baby mom, and it's not just leaving their baby mom and moving on, but you don't fuck with the kids, you don't pay child support, but you living with a whole nother bitch who got a whole house full of kids, and you taking care of them, taking them to Disney World and showing up at their school conferences and shit like that. Showing up at their school play, at their basketball, football games, at their recitals, and you got kids over here that don't never see you. No, I don't respect. There's a lot of people who don't get respect as a parent, and I put that in quotes. Somebody even in J Dunn's chat, I ain't gonna say who said it, but if y'all was there, y'all saw it. And they had Lemon's face on there with one eye open as big as Dan, the other one damn near closed shut. And they had him with a cap that said Grinder on the top. That's who their avatar was. Oh, it was so funny. But they said it's cringy as fuck when her supporters say Happy Mother's Day to her. It's like giving someone a trophy for a job they quit years ago. I wonder if that bothers her when they do that. I don't know if it bothers her or not. She's probably so used to it. It probably just rolls off her back like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. Again, I don't talk about kids on here, but from what I heard, JW didn't say nothing about her kid. They saying Pisa said it and he just repeated it. And then like RMY was talking about, well, a man of his stature, he shouldn't repeat it. A man of his, y'all. Let's not go into 2026 talking about a man of his stature. Okay. Anyway. But me personally, I don't know. If I did give up my son or daughter or somebody, I definitely, wouldn't be talking about other people and how they raise their children or how they run their household, period. And if I was successful and doing great in life and I had gave up my child years ago, and I still wouldn't be talking about other people, period, about how they're handling their life or their lifestyle. It's like, I don't think anybody can pass judgment when they have given up responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? But, there's a lot of things I wouldn't do. If I was to be on here begging all day and night on YouTube, I wouldn't be talking about people. If I allowed a nigga who ain't about shit to move up in my crib with my sons and I, a man who gave me herpes and knocked me up and caused my son retarded and threatened to crack open my oldest son's head to the white meat right in front of me, I wouldn't be on here talking about people. Not if I had CPS cases on me, open or closed. I wouldn't be on here talking about people. Not if my house is nasty as all motherfucking get out. I wouldn't be on here talking about people. Not if I don't have one tooth in my mouth. I wouldn't be on here talking about people. That's just me, though. That's just me. But one thing that got me thinking about J Dunn. You said the pastoral health and beverage, but how many times have I talked about that? Ooh, Jackie, you probably never heard me, but I have mentioned that many times when I was growing up in them Pentecostal churches. Hey, I told y'all before, we was po-fi broke growing up. I done told that a million times. We was po-fi broke when I was growing up, which is why I really appreciate everything that's given to me and all the blessings that I received, as a grown-up, So, but yeah, we would be in church and a lot of the parishioners didn't have water, didn't have heat, didn't have a car. They giving all their money away and they riding a church van, a church bus. They giving all their money away to the pastor. The pastor that we had a brand new Cadillac every motherfucking year. The pastor that we had brand new fur coats every motherfucking year. The pastor that we had more rings on her finger than she could do with. The pastor that we had was whining and dining and traveling all over the motherfucking country. The pastor we had was living good, buying houses, buying buildings, buying churches in multiple states. But we have people still in our church living in the projects on Section 8, Medicaid, WIC, food stamps, getting free handouts and shit. But the pastor was balling out of control. And I never forget when I became a teenager and I started working at Mickey D's and Burger King and joints like that. And they talking about, even you kids, y'all need to give 10% of y'all tithes. We don't care what you make at work. You got to give 10% of your tithes. I was like giving $5 here, maybe 10 here. I wasn't doing that 10% shit. My mama was giving enough money away to where my daddy was on her neck all the time. Stop giving all my money that I'm giving you to the goddamn pastor. And then you around here praying the roof off for a blessing. Yeah, child. I'm telling you, I keep saying I might start a YouTube channel all about growing up Pentecostal. All about growing up Pentecostal. I might start me a YouTube channel about that. What up, T. Daniel? How you doing? The stories I could tell. And I had even talked to some of my friends who grew up in church with me. And I was like, man, we should just, have shows and have a panel, a platform discussing some of the shit we went through. And they all thought it was a great idea. I just never did it yet. But yeah, that shit was horrible. Shit. I'm like, fuck. That's why I was always trying not to be home at all times, because shit, we giving all our money to the dang pastor. But anyway, anywho, I heard something that JD said, J Dunn, that was really interesting. And she said, what if your parent who passed away years ago, like J Dunn, she said her mom passed away 20 years ago. My mom passed away in 2015. She was like, what if a parent or a loved one you knew passed away years ago, and you come to find out years later that they didn't actually die. They actually was on some island or somewhere across the world or on the other side of the country. You know what I'm saying? And all this time, you to mourn them. You celebrating their heavenly birthdays every year. You placing flowers on there, or you got a, you know what I'm saying? You got a corner in your house, in your room, where you keep precious things for them and shit like that. And then come to find out that they've been alive all this time. I was like, you know what? That is something to think about. What up, T. Danielle? Hey, boo. I was telling everybody that we're going to watch the whole series of His and Hers on Netflix and come live like on a Tuesday. So I've been telling everybody that. So, but we'll hook up and make sure that's a good date for us. And I'll keep the people updated, because I really do want to talk to you guys about that show. And it's a really good show for those of you who might be interested, or for those of you who are already watching it. Yeah, we'll be talking about it early next week, like Tuesday. But so we'll be live. What up, White Tanya? How you doing, love? Make sure you guys are liking and sharing the video. But yeah, so the last thing I wanted to talk about was what JD said. I never thought of that shit. But when you think about it, there are a lot of people who have so-called passed on. People cried, mourned, all that kind of shit. Took them forever. Some people needed therapy and counseling, all kind of shit to get over a past loved one. And they do be on the other side of the country or somewhere. Like, but would you be mad? That was J Dunn's question. Like, would you be mad? And would you be upset? And I'm like, I'm going to have to think about that one. I really am going to have to think about that one, especially if it depends on who it was, But yeah, a lot of people do. You hear about it on TV, on the news. Even on stuff like America's Most Wanted, people just bouncing, like just disappearing. Or people who fake their own death because they didn't want to own up to their responsibilities, or they were running from the law, or running from their debts, or all three. And then come to find out they've been alive all that time. They've been alive all that. I didn't even heard stories where people have done that, and the beneficiary of their life insurance policy got paid handsomely, and they had to pay all that money back. Yep, I heard about a story like that. I think it was in the 90s or some shit when you said Monday. Oh, Monday, my bad, Monday, you guys, Monday. We said Monday, my bad. So, yeah, but child, it does happen. I wouldn't wish that on nobody, because I don't know what I'd be like if I saw my mama somewhere up north or see her on TV at an event or something. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. That's crazy. J Dunn, you had me thinking on that one because I never thought about no shit like that before. But anywho, that's all I got. I told you I was gonna be real short and sweet, under 30 minutes, and I think I did good. We got like 4 minutes into the show to go. But yeah, my baby should be here soon, and I have a Walmart order coming on the way too, because every time he comes over, I make sure I'm stocked up on all the things that he likes, his cereals, his different milks and juices and snacks, and his foods and stuff, because he's only 4, so he don't eat like us, little kids. Some little kids just eat up every motherfucking thing, right? And then there's some little kids who are picky, and I don't fault him because his dad was picky. My oldest son's dad was picky. Oh my God, my oldest son's dad was like a burger and fry guy. He liked steaks. He liked burger. He didn't eat pork. No, he wasn't Muslim, far from it, but he didn't eat pork. And so he was very picky about what he ate, and I hated that shit. I'm like, why don't you buy the groceries and why don't you cook? Shit, because I like to eat pork and I like this and like that. But yeah, and then my oldest son was the same way, very, very picky. And now he be trying to get on his youngest son because he don't want to eat everything. Like, hey, now that's just something in y'all genes, I guess. I don't know, because I likes to eat. But anyway, you guys, thank you for joining me for this quick little pop-up live, you guys. I appreciate all the support that you guys always give to the Hood Table. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And for those of you who are getting some very cold weather, snow and shit like that, stay warm. Stay warm. Because it's cold in a lot of parts of the world today, including here. And if they don't have my baby bundled up like he's supposed to be, which I know they is, because I don't want to have to get on my son's neck. But matter of fact, when he took my baby to tour some schools the other day, they toured some schools, and my son said he had so many clothes on. He had on like 2 coats because it was cold. It was real cold here, y'all. They said he had on 2 coats and 2 hats, and he was in there in the classroom, and they took him to some of the classrooms, and he was playing with all the kids, and I was like, I was so mad, y'all. I'm one of those grandparents. If I'm not there and if something big happened with my grandbaby, I want y'all to fucking record it. And they usually are pretty good at that shit. But when they went to the school the other day, they said it was so much going on and so much excitement with him being there and seeing all these kids that they didn't even think about recording. I said, oh, y'all both fired. Y'all both fucking fired. Y'all didn't take no video of my baby up there touring schools and playing with the kids. They said he had them at the desk and he was playing with the kids and in the play corners of the classrooms. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, that's okay. Y'all make sure I'm on the list. And then my grandson's mom said, you the number 1 on the list. She said, you number 1, because I know if they ever call you, you will get off of work. You will leave that house so quick and go pick him up. Now, her mom is a great grandparent too. He got both of us. But she said sometimes, my mom's schedule, whoop, 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 so we're both on there. But she's going to have me as the number 1 spot, okay? The number 1 stunner. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to him, getting in school and all that kind of stuff and getting his learning on. And, she kept him home, bonding with him all this time. And this worked out really great. He's learned a lot. Every time I see him, I'm like, where do you learn that? Where do you learn how to say that? What you talking about? I'm like, what? And I'll be looking at them like, who taught him how to say? Mom, he's growing. I'm like, okay. All right, I'll give y'all a pass. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to him going to school and everything and picking him up from school and dropping him off and meeting him at the bus stop sometimes and, different things like that. Things I used to do with my kids, reminisce sometime when you think about all the things you do with your grandkids that you did with your kids, or all the things you couldn't do or couldn't afford to do, or if you had like to work 2 jobs, or if you was a full-time student and a mom and had jobs, that's what being a grandparent is about. We get to make up for shit that we didn't get to do with our kids and love on them and all that kind of stuff and spoil them and this and they asses back home. But my grandson thinks he lives here since he got his own room and TV and all his toys and clothes in there. He thinks he lives here. So a lot of times when his parents come to get him after a day or a few days, he be like, stay with Yaya. Nope. Bye, Dad. Bye, Mom. Y'all go home. Go home. Get out of Ace's room. I'm staying here with Yaya. I'll be cracking the fuck up. I'm like, baby, you got to go home. They miss you too. He be like, go. I'll see you later. All right. But anyway, yep. I love that little baby, y'all. Y'all know I do. But anyway, let me get off of here so I can prepare for him and hurry up and baby proof the house, make all the cabinets is locked and everything is put up before he gets here. But again, you guys, thanks for tuning in. Stay safe, be blessed. Like and share the video, all that jazz. If you want to donate, hit the super chat. If you want to donate to the Cash App, hit the Cash App. $sign the hood table 402 will do. Other than that, please like and share the video to keep us, getting back into the algorithm. I would really appreciate that. And stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood. I'm out. Bye.